to Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy.
Welcome to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guys, Aaron and Jacob Taylor.
We're keeping it real, we're keeping it current, and we're keeping it fun.
Las Vegas' #1 real estate show.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
Call 310-MOVE.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
310-MOVE, the real estate guy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Estate Live. The Real Estate Guys in the house, Aaron Taylor and Jacob Taylor here.
What's up? How's it going today?
Holidays are upon us. Over.
Get going again. Come on.
Some
Let's
over,
go, people.
Some over, some not. It's been a very busy holiday season.
Indeed.
Love when the holidays are here, but always glad when they're gone. Right? To get back on track. We got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about builders. I think we promised you that last week. We're going to talk about some builders in town, especially 55 and over builders. There's some great communities out there. We're going to talk about the benefits and the not benefits of being in a 55 and over community, and there's a couple great builders out there. Bart had a cash client today. We get a lot of those every day. I want to talk about that, how we buy homes cash, how the other iBuyers are buying homes for cash. What are the tricks they using to get the property or tie the property up? Are they really buying it or is somebody else? We're going to have a discussion about that. And then, JT, you had a client, one of many that we had, that you put some money into the home to fix it up so we can get more money for the house, right? We do that a lot for people as well. And then, of course, we'll have a few houses of the week. We'll get into our housing numbers, where we're at. We're really looking forward to the next couple weeks, seeing how the year panned out. I know our median sales price is $470 something still, $475, right?
It was $480 last
$480,
time I checked, yeah.
Which is great. And I got a feeling we're going to surpass the $482.5, which was the highest we've ever had. Our sponsors, we have some great sponsors. The Real Estate Guy does business with top-notch people. One of them, Fidelity National Title. Julie Cimarelli is the sales manager, and Robert is the general manager of Fidelity, right?
Right.
Great people. We help a lot of people with their title. Adding people on title, taking people off, putting their house in their trust. A lot of people have family trust, and they don't have the house in the trust. They think because they have a trust, that's good enough, but you have to have the house recorded in the trust.
Right, or it's not protected.
It's not protected. So, make sure you do all that. We can help you with that. It's very easy to do. And then we have Chris Sullivan, our buddy, real estate attorney, the man. Best thing he ever said is when he won a big case for me not too long ago, he goes, if I was representing the other guy, I would have won. I was representing you, and I did win. That's a good real estate attorney.
Right.
He's going to win regardless. And if he really can't, he's going to let you know. Matter of fact, he tells so many people, don't give me your money because this is a loser for you. Even if you win, you're going to pay me more money than you win. Not too many attorneys will say that, right?
I agree.
Not too many. Some will, but not too many will. Neo Home Loans, our mortgage company, rates are going to be trickling down the first quarter of next year. Get ready to refi.
I believe so. Hopefully we see in the fives at some point by the end of this year.
Yeah, I think we will. I really will. Our solar company.
Sun Solar Solutions.
Sun Solar Solutions. If you don't have solar, call us up, 702-310-6683.
I'm going to have Christian come out to my property here the next few weeks. I've got a good enough sample size of data now with the car charger at the house to see how many panels I'll need.
Yeah. Here's the main reason to get solar. Even if your payment doesn't go down, right? Let's say you're leasing it, you're not paying cash for it. Let's say it stays the same. You're investing in something to where at some point, 20 years down the road, you don't have a power bill. Right now, if you just keep on paying the power bill, you could pay on it forever. Is the power bill ever going away? No.
I think even more so than that.
And it's going up.
That's what I was going to say. Even more so than getting rid of the payment. It's just knowing and having the peace of mind that payment's not going to change every year.
For 20 years.
Right? Like if you're trying to budget and make ends meet, and you've got a payment that's $200 right now, but next year it could be $250.
It will. It will be
which it
$250.
most likely
Is
will.
that maybe it will.
Then that's a pain in the butt. That $200 in 10 years could be $400.
You could probably Google how much has
How's energy costs gone up?
Nevada Energy's went up the last 20
ridiculous.
years.
The last 20 years?
The last 20 years.
Triple or quadrupled, probably.
You could probably pull it up if you look at the graph on how much it's went up in the last 20 years. If you get solar, not only will your payment be the same, but it will be the same for 20 years. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? And then after the 20 years, it's paid for. That's why you use our solar company. We stand behind them. We use them. We refer them because there's no shenanigans going on, JT. They're up and up. Solar company, very transparent. So those are our sponsors. Did I miss a sponsor at all? Robert Loftus. We got to get him as sponsor. I'm not even going to talk about Robert because he hasn't sponsored us yet, but we're going to.
Okay.
I just like him.
Just a little contradictory.
I know. I like Robert. We had a lot of people over for the holidays. The house was full. Kids, grandkids. Wow. I'll tell you, it was something else. The new baby, Jacob's little girl, Rain, she's such a doll, started eating. She's 6 months, and she had her first lobster and steak dinner. She started eating people food. No, I think she started off with some yams.
Puree.
Yeah, some puree, whatever that is. I don't know. When we were younger, you called it baby food. You go get it. There's a Gerber baby on the outside of the jar. You open it up like that. That's how you open it. It was sucked like that. You opened it up, and bananas and pears were like the best. Bananas, baby food. We would buy it and eat it.
Strawberries and bananas.
Oh, strawberries and bananas. That was it. And the vegetables in the baby food was bad. It would make you throw up. I'm telling you, it was that bad. I don't know whether they gave that stuff to little babies, but it was pretty bad. Now they look back at the baby food and go, "Oh, that stuff was bad for you. It had all these preservatives. It had too much iron, too much this, too much I don't know, too much everything." Maybe that's our problem now. Everybody that's my age, why we're nutty. Because of what they put in the baby foods.
All the food. The poison.
Yeah, but now you won't feed your kid baby food. What are you going to feed her?
Well, right now we just got some, ground up purees.
Purees? What's puree?
Think of like a slush more so.
King, you know what puree is? You ever heard of that? No idea.
I don't know the direct definition. I just know it's the consistency. It's like
even our
it's
podcast guys looking at you like
it's almost like liquid. Like imagine you're taking a spoonful of almost like whipped cream or something, but not straight.
But she had she had the cutest little faces. It was something else. My grandson was one of my grandkids. I mean, a lot of grandkids, but my oldest grandson was there. He's in the Navy with his wife and their 1-year-old son.
Almost 2, yeah.
Miles. That was pretty cool. So I have
You're
my
a great grandpa.
grandson
That's
there.
how old he is. That's why he's allowed to make the old people jokes because he's right up there with you guys.
Who?
You.
Oh yeah, I can make fun of old people for sure. Even today, what we're going to talk about when we come back from a break, we're going to talk about, speaking of old, 55 and over communities, and there's a builder that I was at today that I want to talk about. It's a pretty cool community, and I was making some old jokes with the people out there.
Nice.
I was actually
Are the
older than
sales-
most of the people that I was talking to.
Are the sales reps older as well, or are they young sales reps?
No, they're younger.
Okay.
Yeah, and the people that tour, to the clubhouse and everything are actually people that live there.
Okay.
So they're proud of it. It's really cool. Anyways, when we come back, we'll talk about that. And again, thanks for listening to Real Estate Live. We'll be back in a minute. All right, Jake, let's just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
With the inventory started to decrease, right? And when it starts to become more of a seller's market, the builders really start taking off because people are getting tired of multiple offers on houses, the good ones everybody wants. Inventory gets lower, prices start going up. So a lot of buyers, they kind of gravitate towards new home sales.
Right.
And especially, I noticed that 55 and over communities seem pretty popular. people don't want a resale house, and sometimes they want amenities. Sometimes they want newer.
A little active community.
Yeah, they lived in the older places. And there's a couple nice ones out there. One of them in particular that I've sold a few homes there, and I was out there this morning, is the builder Shea Homes. The community is called Sunbridge, I believe. And they have several models, but the models that we looked out to, well, first, before going to the houses, what's great about Trilogy, it's called Trilogy, is they have beautiful pools. They have a spa. They have pickleball courts, tennis courts. Everybody likes pickleball. Want to play some pickleball? Talk to us. We know where the pickleball courts are. They have a really nice bar restaurant, and they're building a several thousand square foot restaurant right there.
Nice.
Just for the 900 residents that live there. It's an incredible place. They have activities constantly, karaoke night. They the golf carts, they dress those up and they have contests. There's just so much to do. So cooking activities, so many activities for people if they want it. Why wouldn't you want to be there? Why wouldn't you want to be active? Meeting people, doing, new things, right? Mm-hmm. They have the 3 models that we were looking at started in the 6s and 700s.
Okay.
2,000 square feet to about 2,500 square feet.
All single story?
Of course, yeah, of course, single story. Single stories, and this is what I like about it the most, is 3-car garage,
Nice.
2.5-car garage.
2.5?
Yeah,
Oh, the golf
two
cart?
car with a golf cart, yeah. 3-car garage, got to have a 3-car garage, especially when you're older, right? You got to have a 3-car garage.
You've got a lot of stuff you've built up over the years.
Well, you got stuff, yeah, and a lot of times people are going to a 55 and over community, and because they're downsizing. They're going from a 3, 4, 5,000 square foot home, and they're downsizing. Well, okay, I can see you getting rid of stuff in your house, but you need garage space.
All the keepsakes.
Yeah, especially for a guy. You got to have garage space. And then they have a model that's 2,300 square feet. Get a load of this. That's included in the price. It's an RV garage.
Oh, nice.
It's actually a 4-car garage. It's 44 feet deep.
Nice.
But you can put an RV in it. The negative, you don't get other garages. You just get that garage. But it's like a 4-car garage. And it's only 2 bedrooms and a den. The other models are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. So a 3-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, base price, high 6s, low 7s. When you're done with options, you're probably at 8. Great community, great house. So when we went there, I text one of the clients that I sold the house there to, the Jacksons, right? Mm-hmm. And so they met us there. They toured the models with the clients and the Jacksons. Okay. The Jacksons were selling them the house because they love it there. They like it so much. The people that work for the builder that tour, so when you first get there, the guard gate calls you in. He sends you right to the clubhouse, right? As soon as you pull in the parking lot, the guy is already there welcoming you to the community, which feels pretty good. The guy that works there lives there.
Okay.
So he volunteers. The people that live there are one that give the tours. So he welcomes you. You're like, hey, what's up, Gary? The guy's name was Gary. Took us for a little tour through the pools, the courts, the restaurant. Gave us a tour, and it was really nice. And then we went inside and met a bunch of people. All the people that were in there were just talking about how much they love it there. And, yeah, we can't wait to have you here and move in. And, it's just an opposite feel.
Very homey vibes.
Yeah, of other places
nice.
in Las Vegas.
All right, very welcoming.
Yeah, very welcoming. So that was Shea Homes.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Though. What rate incentives were they offering? Were they offering a fixed rate incentive, or were they offering a rate buy down?
They're offering incentives on their standing inventory and homes that are closing soon.
Okay. Nothing ground up?
Mm-mm. No. And they'll offer you some rate incentives, and they offer you some incentives for upgrades right in their home center. But it's all different depending on when it's going to be completed and when it's not. And then our people are selling a house and they're going to pay cash.
Nice.
So they didn't need the rate incentives or nothing like that. They just have to sell their home. They got a couple homes.
Take the closing costs or whatever they can get from it, right?
Yeah, they might pay that. HOAs at that community are about $390 a month,
Not bad
all
for what you
included.
get.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's not bad for what you get. It's not. So 702-310-6683. That's the Real Estate Guy's phone number, 702-310-MOVE. Put that one in your phone. 702-310
Move.
Like moving up, moving out, moving in, moving out, moving in, moving up, or just plain mooing. 702-310-MOVE. Keep that number because when you go to these builders, we were talking about that, Jacob. How do we get paid as a buyer's agent, as a realtor, helping a buyer in a community? The builders pay us.
They have usually most of the time, even when it's a seller's market, they offer a percentage commission on the purchase price, right, of the home.
Yeah, or a flat fee, or
Most of the builders are percentage based, and usually it's anywhere from 1.5% to 3%. I've seen there was quite a few builders this year where there were 3%. And the biggest thing that I think everybody needs to know is when you take a realtor, or let's say you don't take a realtor, if you know this information, you don't take a realtor. You're like, I don't want the realtor to get paid 3%. Do you think they're going to give you that 3% off the purchase price? Absolutely.
no, it has nothing to do with the other.
Absolutely not. They're not. You're not going to save money by not taking a realtor. The only thing you're going to do is have no representation walking into a place where they have representation on behalf of them. Right. So you'll have to make sure you're understanding everything, following up, making sure your contingencies are being met.
You know what my first
understanding
job
the
was?
contract, all that good stuff.
You know what my first job was in real estate?
New builds.
New builds. I worked for builders for 5 years. I worked for about 3 or 4 builders, so I know all the ins and outs.
Right.
And a lot of times, what people don't realize is not just the community that's important to buy in, the right community, but the right position in the community.
Right.
Has a lot to do with resale and what your home value is worth. So I'll be able to help you with, or we'll be able to help you with, where to buy in the community, what options to get before it closes, and what options to get after you close. Because sometimes you don't want to get everything ahead of time.
Right. We always let's ask that question briefly so everyone gets why we're saying that. What home is going to be worth more in 5 years? The one that was $100K in upgrades, in the middle of the community, or maybe the one with no upgrades on the corner lot?
Yeah, well, what happens is over the course of
After
time,
10 years.
Jacob, all that money in upgrades starts evens out. Yeah. So in several years, you could have someone who bought their house. Let's use Trilogy as an example. Let's say they bought it for $650 and they put $150,000 into it.
Okay.
So now they're into it $800.
Right.
The same model on the same block right next door, they could have bought for $650 and put $50,000 in upgrades at $700.
Yep.
In 5, 6, 7 years,
It's going to be very similar.
one's not going to be worth $100,000 more than the other.
No.
It's just not. Now, will it show better? Probably.
It'll be worth more still.
A
but
little
you're
bit.
Not, gonna get
Not 100,000
more. Yeah.
If that one with all those upgrades sold at $1 million, the other one with just minimal upgrades, it's still going to sell close to $1 million.
Right. The point is buy the cheapest home in the community if possible.
If possible, yeah. It really is. That's the way to go. Let everybody pull you up.
Right.
So we're going to help you out with that. We're going to let you know what upgrades to buy and what not to buy ahead of time. We'll help you out with interest rates. If you are not paying cash. By the way, builders do have a little cash incentive, so ask us about that. But if you're not paying cash, should I do a 2-1 buy down? Should I do a rate buy down? Should I do there's some conversations that have to be had with that as well. And then timing. Do I need to sell my house? Do you not need to sell your house? Should you buy something that's standing inventory, something that's not? If you buy something that's standing, all the options and everything's completed already, you might have a sacrifice of not being able to pick everything out. However, you can get a better deal. So maybe you sacrifice not having the exact cabinets you want, but you get $10,000 more in incentives versus building it from the ground up. So, we can help you out with all of that stuff too. And then if you have a house to sell, we're able to communicate with the builder to talk about the contingencies of selling your house, the time frame on when to do it. Because the last thing you want to do too is double move sometimes. Double moving, really, it sucks.
No, yeah, it's not fun.
But if you're buying a new home,
go sit in an Airbnb for a week or something.
Yeah, sometimes, especially if you're building it from the ground up, builders aren't on time, on schedule most of the time. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to time. And then a buyer wants to move into their house. So you may be able to rent it back, lease it back from the buyer for a little bit till your home is complete. But the exact date sometimes can be challenging.
It's open-ended, yeah.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
Trying to go from a lease to owning or buying a new build, that was a mess. I dealt with that with a client that isn't the happiest with me, but it wasn't my fault. Builders took an extra 2 weeks.
That's what happens.
And it was like 2 days before they were supposed to be complete. They're like, sorry, we won't be done for another week. And then they booked it back
shoot.
again. So the lease was ended. They were ready to move, had everything scheduled. Have to go back to the property manager.
You know what you learn by that? Before we take a break, this is what you learn by that. The next time you do a lease back and a buyer's buying a new build.
It wasn't a lease back. They were in a lease. Like an actual lease. Yeah.
Oh, you had no choice but to give 30 days. Yeah.
When they had to go back to the owners and just say, hey, we're not leaving, I told them to say, listen, we're not leaving, so just give me another 10 days in an actual lease because we're not leaving.
Okay, so this is what you learned. From now on, do 30 days longer.
So they wants to pay an extra $2,000, $3,000.
For rent?
Yeah.
Yeah, but look what they spent going into two weeks. Where did they spend? Where did they move?
They went on a per day. They went on the same per day basis.
Oh, the landlord let them?
Yeah. Oh, I told the landlord, I told them to tell them, you could say no, but you're not going to leave. So they might as well have them on an agreement. By the time they get through eviction,
yeah, that is true.
They'll
That's
be
just
gone.
wrong. I know. Anyways, all right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about the client that Bart had today for cash. On a cash sale, we get a lot of these, and we're going to tell you the good, bad, and ugly about that when you want to sell your house for cash. You're listening to The Real Estate Guys.
Tal, my pal. How you doing out there? Just want to give a little shout out to a client of ours and a great friend. He is the best plumber I know in town. If you guys need any plumbing in your home done, he just saved my butt from my water heater 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. Dang, garage flooded. Tal Harrell.
Tal or pal, he's a good plumber.
Yes.
Friendly guy.
And we've got some land listed for him on Valley View and Mall.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. 2.2 acres. Got it listed for $600,000. We've been in escrow 3 times. Buyers are unreliable. So you need some land. Zoned residential on Valley View and Mall. Give us a call.
Yeah, we got an offer like a week ago or so, like $590 or whatever. No, don't come with $590. Come with $600. It's worth $600 all day long. It's literally almost butted up to the $215, right?
Right.
So down the road, it could be changed to commercial. It could be changed to, you have to rezone it. That's the thing with the buyers. They want us to take it off escrow while they go through the rezoning change, and it takes time.
Right.
So don't buy it and think we're going to wait 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. It
30-day
usually takes
due
like
diligence.
6 months.
30-day due diligence.
Yeah,
max.
buy it. It's the best price out there. And I was talking to someone the other day who was thinking about using it for his business, and he can't find anything. I said, bro, just build a little house on it that you could use for your business, right? It's like 1,000 square foot house that you can use for offices, and then put all your trucks and equipment and everything on that 2.5 acres, and put a wall around it. No one's going to care, right? You're living in it. It's residential, and so your stuff's there. That's how my buddy did, John Bailey, when he had his house on Rainbow. It took him years, but he converted it to commercial. Okay. And now he has a sweeper business there. The house is converted to the offices, and his sweeper business, all the trucks are there. It's really dialed in. So he was smart by doing that. So someone, if you have if you're a visionary, you could think about this stuff. Hell, I should buy it and build a volleyball gym.
A volleyball gym.
That thing would never go not leased out.
Why?
Because every volleyball club would want to use it. Every basketball league would want to use it. Everybody who wants to throw a dance would want to use it, providing you have a big gym with 2 big courts, with bathrooms, a kitchen in the back. King knows what I'm talking about. Look, you're going,
rezoning process first. Yep.
Yeah, that's like a moneymaker, man. You got a couple, 2 or 3 million to put into something like that, and you want to make an income for the rest of your life, a big income.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting under 300,000 an acre in that area right now. So
no, there's nothing else out there.
275 an acre, roughly.
All right, so Tal, anyways, thanks, brother. We love you. You need a good plumber. What's Tal's number? Let's give it out.
Oh,
Podcast 2. Here's the best plumber in Las Vegas. Here's his phone number.
702-290-2122.
Or just call the real estate guys and we'll give you the number. So, we advertise a lot for homes. Like, we'll buy your home for cash, right? Of course, we always put call for details. The reason why we put call for details is we're not going to pay retail. No one's going to pay retail for your home for cash. It's just not going to happen. But we do have some companies that we work with that will buy your home. We can run it by them and see what they want to pay for it.
75, 80% value.
Maybe. Yeah, it depends. Sometimes it's even higher.
85.
It could be higher. But there's some things you want to look out for when someone goes to buy your house for cash. I'm going to give you a couple of things. You want to throw one out there? You want me to just rattle them off?
Rattle one off.
Okay, number one is if someone's having you sign a contract and lock your house in for 30 days.
Or a signee.
Yep, or a signees. What they're doing is they're locking it in for a certain price. Then they're throwing their fee on top, and they're out there trying to find a buyer for it.
Right. So basically what he's getting at is that's not the buyer, that's the middleman. If anybody's buying a home for cash from you, and they're buying it with their name and or a signee, if you see and or a signee in that contract on the title, it's not for them. Put it that way. They're going to go resell it for $10K more to someone else.
Or more, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. So, and even if it doesn't say assignees, they might be buying in their corporation. They'll do a double escrow. It's not.
Right, it's possible.
Yeah, it's not for them. They're not the buyer. You could be happy with the price. That's fine, but they're not the buyer. And in their contract, you got to read it carefully. Have us look at it. Have an attorney look at it. All the outs are for them, not for you.
Right.
They could tie that house up for a long time. They could tie it up for past the escrow time and say it had to do with something with title. Because a lot of times when people are selling their house for cash, there might be some title issues, right?
Right.
Usually there is. So now you're stuck. You're stuck in a contract. It might take them 3 months to close, 4 months, 6 months. I had someone who they were waiting a year. In Peru, they were tied up in a contract. A year, Jacob.
Right. Yeah.
And they were screwed. And you know what Chris said? You're going to pay me more than you would pay them, selling the house. He said, I'm not going to help you. It's going to cost you $100,000.
You already screwed up.
You already screwed up. Yeah, take your medicine. So call us, 702-310-MOVE, and we'll read that contract for you, or give us the opportunity to buy it for cash. And when we buy it, we're going to buy it.
Yep.
If I don't buy it, I'm going to tell you who's going to buy it. And the price that it's going to be is going to be commissions, closing costs, everything's done. The price is the price. If I say I'm giving you $300, you're going to walk away with $300. We'll take care of everything else. There's no bait and switch. There's no shenanigans going on. But
we're not coming back in a week after the inspection. After we take a look at it and go, we need $10,000 for the AC. We need $2,000 for carpet, $2,000 for paint.
No, but we're also going to try to convince you not to do it.
Right.
But if that's what you want to do, like Bart had one today, the guy goes, look, I don't want it listed. I just want someone to buy it. There's 4 people I'm talking to. What's the highest price? So we're at like $300, right?
Okay.
There is someone flirting around with $310 and $320 and one at $340.
Okay.
The $340 one, I laughed because the house is only worth $400. That's after it's fixed up.
Okay.
$340, definitely bait and switch.
Okay.
For sure, that contract, I'm going to tell you right now, they're just going to try to tie it up and make $5,000 or $10,000. Okay. They probably have hardly to none experience. Same with the other ones. That's what they do. Maybe one of the other ones might be real, the one at 310. I don't know. But you better know what you're reading. Most people don't know what they're reading. They just initial, sign. Then they want to get out of it, JT. And what happened? The one with Ryan. I'm not going to say his full name. Remember that one?
Uh-huh. Well, we just got lucky. On a technicality,
Yeah, but you had to give them $10,000.
Oh, more than that.
Or $20 for nothing.
The clients had to pay Chris like 20 grand. Oh no, they had to pay Chris like 10 grand. Then they had to pay
Ryan
the other contract
10,000.
holder. I think it was 20 as well
to get rid of him.
Yeah, just to
and
get
then
him
he
off.
ended up making 20 or 30 more, but he could have made 50 or 60 more.
Oh yeah, yeah. He sold the home for $400 to a buyer, an iBuyer. Luckily, the person who signed was the owner of title, the owner of title's son. The owner of the title was a little bit more elderly,
Right.
but she was completely sane. She was able to write. She was able to hear, able to see. So she was of like mind to be able to sign those contracts. She didn't sign them. They had the son sign. Either way, they still had that contract, and they could have tied it up.
It was a lawsuit waiting to happen.
They could have locked it up for some time and made us wait, right? Stop the sale. So in order not to stop the sale, we got our attorney involved and had them work out a settlement that would make them go away. Because the owner of that contract, their agent, he knew they messed up by not getting the owner's signature, right?
Right.
You can't get the son's signature. Just because you own a house, Mr. Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy, doesn't mean I can sign on behalf of it.
Right.
Unless it's in your trust, but I'm the trustee or something
But
like
because
that.
of the situation, Chris, if he was representing them, he would have won.
Right. He would have
if
been
he
able
was
to win. He
representing
would've showed there was
us,
intent to sell.
he would have won.
Right.
He would have won.
Right.
Either way.
They
But
would have showed that she was in the house.
yeah,
close
but both
by,
parties would have
intent
ended
to
up
sell.
losing.
Right, but
in the
either
long
way,
run.
instead of getting $400, we sold it on the open market to an investor for $500 because the thing was worth $600 fixed up, and he netted like $30,000 more after paying the
Everything.
person off that had the contract 20 grand, and then paying Chris another 10 grand as well.
He could have made 60
Yeah.
if he would have just not signed anything and made a phone call first.
Just made a few conversations, a few phone calls.
Here's the thing,
elsewhere.
people. Don't sign first. Just call us. Even if you stay with them, we'll tell you if it was a good deal or not. I know all the reputable flip guys or wholesalers or whatever you call them these days. I know all of them. Everybody's trying to make a buck. I get it. But sometimes those contracts aren't in your benefit. I'm telling you right now.
Right.
They're my friends, and I'm telling you right now, they're not in your benefit. They're in their benefit. Right?
I don't mind seeing the buyers out there, the iBuyers and the flippers, but sometimes I feel bad seeing these prices. Like, man, someone's getting screwed in their home for $325.
I went to this guy. This guy was homeless in his house. This was a while ago, and then we'll go to a break here in a minute. This guy was homeless in his house. He had it paid for outright. The iBuyer was buying it for $80,000. The house.
Sure, it was worth $200, right?
It was supposed to close. He called me. I go, yeah, no. Yeah, the house is worth $300, and he's selling for $80,000. So I said, yeah, don't close. I'll fight this one for you. And we didn't close. They called him, and he goes, yeah, I'm not selling it. I got Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy, helping me, and speak to my lawyer. Even though he was in a legit contract, Chris could have got him out of this one because that's just taking advantage of somebody.
Right, that's stealing at that point.
The guy had mental issues. Think about
okay.
it. He was homeless in his own house. He had no power, no water, no nothing. He was homeless in his own house.
$300,000 in equity.
Yeah, but he didn't have a job.
Right.
He didn't have anything. So we ended up fixing it up for him, selling it for $200-something thousand. The guy was so grateful, right? Those other people went away. I had a conversation with him. I said, yeah, you should go away. I go, if you don't want to, the money you thought you were going to make on that house, you're going to end up paying an attorney a lot more to fight it. So do what you got to do. And they went away. And I was just being truthful. That was just the wrong thing to do.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes it's the wrong thing to do, right? Anyways, when we come back, we got a house of the week. We're going to talk about the market a little bit. And then your client on what you did for your client. All righty, welcome back. We were just talking about our inventory, what we have. Now, when we talk about inventory, I've had people say, Aaron, you guys don't explain, like, what is it? Is there 3,000 homes or 30,000? I don't know the difference.
Right.
I don't know what's good, what's bad.
No comparison for them.
Right. So let me try to give you a comparison. Most people that are listening will understand this. Comparison. Did I say that right? Comparison.
Close enough.
All right. Comparison.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, comparison. And I'll use COVID because that was the most recent, right? 2020
Okay.
was COVID. our inventory in single-family houses, condos, and townhomes actually dropped below 4,000.
Yeah, in like 2021.
Yeah, 2021. When we dropped below 4,000, our rates were somewhere in the 3s and 4s.
High 2s, low 3s.
Yeah, and some 4s. And our prices, our values went up 30%.
Right.
I would say. Give or take, right? Every community is different, every house is different. That's just going to give you a comparison. Now we have 6,900 homes, townhomes and condos on the market.
About almost 7,000, yeah.
Almost 7,000, but we're under the 7 now for the first time
Like 6 months.
since summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time it's dropping.
We peaked at 7,650 homes about 2 months ago, in October at some point.
Yeah, 2 months ago. And it's dropping. As you can see, it's dropping. So, and that's on a continuous slide right now. It's going to, and I think it's going to, even though we're going to have a flood of homes on the market in January because people are going to start making moves, people are going to be buying them too. Yeah. So I anticipate that dropping. So once that drops to the 5-something, and our rates, if we get to the 5-something, matter of fact, that's the number to remember right there. 5 and 5 and 5.
And inventory. Yeah.
Here's my opinion. Rates 5 point something, inventory 5 point something will equivalent to 555 in a median sales price.
Okay.
Watch that.
I like it.
We can talk about that every week between now and when it happens. All 5s. 5% interest rate, 5,000 total inventory, 550,000 median sales price.
Right. So if
that's the formula.
If we drop a point plus in interest rates and 1,000 plus homes on it, on
a
the
point and a half interest rate, 2,000
our price
homes
is going up 10%
exponentially. Yeah, it is. And we
can see that by the end of the year.
Yeah, we know that. Everybody knows that. Look at the professionals, the experts. You know, go to YouTube and see what they're talking about. Warren Buffett, see what he's talking about. Just see what people are talking about, and you'll see why, based on what's going to happen with our economy, that real estate is your investment right now. And if you're a senior like myself, I mean, you still got another 15, 20, 30 years to live. Buy a house, buy an investment property. You can't say, oh, it's too late, too old. No, you could hit this market right now. The next 4 years are going to be great. You could hit this market, put another 50, 100,000 in your pocket in the next couple, 2 or 3 years.
I think the only possible wrench in this market being fantastic this year, and there's one major wrench, I think, that could have a say in how well this market does, and that is just homeowners insurance rates. Right? Like, we're seeing a little bit of issues in certain states right now with homeowners insurance. You know, I see people talking about California. As long as homeowners insurance doesn't go wild, I think we're going to see some substantial increases in median price throughout the year, right? Our typical appreciation, 4 to 6%. Well, we probably crushed that this last year, probably 10 to 12%, and I think we can be on pace to do that again. Because just for another comparison for you guys, roughly median price was around $420,000 at the beginning of the year. We're ending the year at about $480,000, right? Simple maths, that puts us up like more than 12%, actually. Like, quite, that's 60,000 increase.
Yeah, it's the highest it's been all year, right?
Yep, highest it's been all year, and we're just about at the all-time high for median price in Las Vegas.
Which 100%. Spring, we're going to be way past that.
Yeah, and again, I've talked about this before, too. That could possibly be a little inflated due to new home sales being a larger portion of the market share. So thus, all new builds typically are going to cost more than what resale is out there.
I like that 555.
Yeah, I do, too.
5,000 inventory, 5% interest rate, 500 something median sales price.
I mean, it's 100%.
Or I'll give you $5.
If we
at
hit
5
those
o'clock
numbers,
on May 5th.
If we hit 5.9 interest rate, 5,900 homes on the market.
2025.
What? No.
I'm giving you all the fives.
If we do hit that, I think you're absolutely right. We're going to be higher than 555,000. It's just not possible not to be. We'll get 1 million plus buyers in the market. We'll see more competition.
All right, so we have a house that we're not on the market yet.
We only got 3 minutes.
Yep. North Las Vegas, 360,000. Cute little 2-story, 1,500 square feet coming up on the market. Clean as could be, almost brand new. Got another house remodeled in Spring Valley for $360,000. I think 360, 370. That's a remodel. That's coming up next week. Claudio's house.
Awesome.
It's coming up. That's nice. And, of course, the first week of January, second week of January or so, we have $7 million, 16,000 square foot home. We have Dragon Ridge. Mark listed two yesterday and today. I mean, we're already blowing up. We're already going. And if you're a real estate agent out there and you listen to our show and you're a little slow with work, give us a call. We can use your help. We're a pretty busy team. We can use buyers. We can use listing agents that prove themselves down the road. We have homes to do open houses with. We have leads that come through our CRM system. And then we can help you, our systems and procedures to help you with your existing database and, help you with them. You'll just join the real estate guy team.
Right. All right, I'm cutting you off now because we got 2 minutes.
Go.
All right, I got a property as well. Just wanted to share a brief story with you guys. Met with the client like a little over a month ago. We were looking at going over the options, right? Because when you meet with the real estate guys, we offer you guys options, right? We'll fix the home up, try to get you guys more money if you have the option. Most of the time, that entails you leaving the home, though, right? You need to have somewhere else to go or get out. We're not going to do new carpet, new paint, and all that with you living in the home. It's
and have the dogs and everybody still staying in the house. Right?
So if you can get out of the home, we'll fix it up for you, which is what happened. These clients decided to go move it. They wanted to rent for a year while they fixed up some debts and whatnot. So they got a lease. I helped them get a lease ahead of time, move out. Then we put $12,000 into the home. It's a townhome. Townhome, I believe it's 1,200 square foot at the top of my head. When we were originally thinking about listing it for as is with just like a clean, we were looking at 240, 245, something like that, right? I put $12,000 into it for them. Had our crew go and do all the work as quick as possible, right? Not necessarily the best in the world, but they got the job done well. It's good. It's clean. It shows perfect. It's vacant. Our comps are showing 275 to 290.
Yep.
We threw it on the market yesterday at 285, and I already have 2 agents reaching out, asking about the property, trying to get in there to show, seeing if it's still available. So I'd say I priced it pretty well.
Perfect. Price well.
4608 Snake Eyes, Unit 102. Give me a call if you guys are interested.
702-310-6683. That's 702
310 move.
310 move. Thanks for listening to the Real Estate Guys. Give us a call for all your selling, buying, commercial, property management, anything you got. Call the Real Estate Guys. Happy holidays. Happy New Year, everybody.
The Real Estate Guy.